how to exceed the customer's expectations. It is very likely you have a great product or a service that you offer to the customer. But my guess is your products, your services are very similar to the competition. Many of you are in a commodity market where your customer can't tell the difference between you and the competition. So that means the customer is usually left with making a purchase decision based on price. They must perceive you as offering value, exceeding expectations, or unique in some way, or they will buy on price only. Offering value and exceeding expectations is much easier to do than trying to win at the price game. Here is a model that you can present to your team to encourage them to exceed expectations and move to the outer circles of exceptional service. Keep in mind, you can use this same concept when you deliver service with your internal customer, because we've got to be great at delivering exceptional service internally also. Because many of us may serve someone who's internal to the organization, and service delivery to that employee is very important in order to serve the final external bill-paying customer. This model comes from Ted Levitt, author of Marketing Imagination. He talks about how any organization, in order to just simply keep the doors open, must be great at the two inner circles. And if we want to move beyond just surviving and keeping the doors open, and we want to be extremely successful, then we've got to move beyond to the two outer circles. Now, I will define all of these circles, and we'll put a few examples in here to get you thinking about what are your outer circles. Now, the inner circle is called the generic circle. The next circle out is called expected. The third circle out is augmented. The last one, potential. Now, I'll walk you through all that, and we'll define all of those. Generic, expected, augmented, and potential. So when you think about it for just a moment, I said I want you to go to the outer circles and provide exceptional service. So that simply means you're exceeding the expected. Let's put a bank in here. Since all of us have to do banking, put the generic circle of a bank. Think for a moment. A bank, 4 walls, money, a vault, representatives who can help you with your needs, computers, chairs. Expected. Think what a bank does at the expected level. They're open certain hours through the week. They have cash machines available that you can access throughout cities, other countries as you travel. If you have a checking account with them, you most likely get a checking statement on a monthly basis. If you have money in some kind of savings, you hope you are paid some type of interest for that savings. So think for just a moment. The two inner circles with a bank is a bank is a bank. There is very little difference from one bank to another when it comes to those two inner circles. So how a bank or any organization can start to make itself unique would be through the two outer circles. Augmented. Let me define augmented. Augmented means you do more of it, you do it better, or you do it faster than anyone else. You do more of it, you do it better, or you do it faster than anyone else. For example, I know a bank that when you go in, you can go to that desk. Most banks that you go in have that high desk where you can stand to take care of any of the paperwork you need to before you would go to a window to be served. They have on that high table, they've made it better. They have a built-in calculator. You always need to add and subtract. They've got it built in. They also have pens on that table you can write with, and they work. And they're not attached to a chain. So if you happen to take one, fine. It's a little bit of advertising for the bank. Now the next circle out is called, remember, potential. That's defined as what makes you unique, what makes you different. At this bank, here's how they go to the outer circles. If there is more than one person standing in line waiting for the next staff person to be able to take them and help them, here's what happens. At this bank, you won't believe it. Someone else from the bank, if they're not currently serving a customer, someone else who sits over there in the bank, you see these people, they will get up and open a new window in order to help the waiting customers. Does this happen where you bank? No. They have figured out how to exceed customers' expectations. They also realize the only reason they exist is to service and sell customers. So everybody is able to service and sell the customer. It's moved them to the outer circles. Let me give you some other examples of outer circles. There's an international company who's in the business of selling computers. If you buy a particular type of computer, there is a dedicated service line for you to call if you have any of those type of technical questions and you might need some support of that computer system. If you call and the call is not answered in 3 minutes, then they offer you a phone card worth 30 minutes of long distance, or your choice, you might say you would instead rather have your warranty extended by 30 days. Isn't that great? Outer circle. And I like it because they give the customer the choice. There's another organization that they sell business forms. If you call them and if you are put on hold for any amount of time, you will hear a recording saying, because you're on hold, you are entitled to a bonus item for holding. And they say, please ask what your bonus item is. Again, customer's choice. It might be a box of pens. It could be an additional set of forms. It could be coffee mugs. Those kinds of things they will send to the customer because they were inconvenienced by holding. Their goal at this organization, they say, our philosophy is to amaze, astound, and astonish customers. They would do that with me in those outer circles. Now, other outer circles. Could your outer circle be a great website where customers can track their own orders? They can check your inventory. They can even see competitors' prices, and they can even connect to a live conversation. After today, think about your outer circles. What can you do?